She was walking home, the day dragging on, when her phone suddenly rang. Frustration bubbled up inside her, and she yanked it out of her pocket to silence the call. But in that one fleeting second, her grip faltered. The phone slipped from her hand, tumbling to the ground, its screen slamming face first into the pavement. Crack.
Lagos never sleeps. Its noise is constant thorns, hustlers, hawkers. And in the middle of it all was Amara. Earbuds in, thumbs scrolling, face lit by the glow of her phone screen. Her life was a highlight reel. Selfies with filters, laughs that didn't reach her eyes. Captions like peace and light while inside, she was burning. She had 18,000 followers but still felt invisible. That day, everything was off. She fought with her best friend, failed her test, and barely made it on the last Danfo home. Rain began to fall light at first, then like angry fingers from the sky. She ran, slipping through puddles. Her phone rang. It was Dajith boy she didn't want to talk to anymore. Frustrated, she pulled it out to silence him. One slip. 1 second. The phone hit the pavement face first. Crack. She stared in horror. Her window to the world was now a spiderweb of glass and dead pixels. She tapped. Nothing. Amara froze in the middle of the road, soaked and shaking not from cold, but fear. How will I survive without it? She whispered. Behind her, the city buzzed on, but something inside her was finally silent. The next morning felt wrong. No alarm, no music, no Instagram scroll to greet the day, just silence and the slow creak of the fan above her. Amara stared at the cracked screen beside her pillow. She pressed the power button again. Dead. She sighed and reached for her charger, broken too. She had no money to fix it. Not after buying new sneakers to impress her followers last week. Use my old one, her roommate Zizi offered, holding out a tiny button phone. Amara blinked at it like it was a stone from the past. This doesn't even have camera. Zizi laughed. Exactly. You might meet real life. With no way to text or scroll, Amara left the hostel early. She walked slower than usual. The city looked louder, brighter, alive. She noticed a boy at the bus stop, tall, hoodie, sketchbook in hand. He looked up from his drawing and smiled. Not a flirt, just human. She nodded awkwardly and sat nearby. For once, her hands were empty. She just watched the sky. No filters, no captions. Just the color of clouds. For the first time in forever, she wasn't posting a moment. She was living one. He was always there. Same hoodie, same corner of the bus stop, pencil in hand, eyes on the world like it was a quiet song only he could hear. Amara had passed him 100 times before, but never noticed. Now, with no screen in her hands, she saw everything. The way his fingers moved fast when children laughed. The way he stared at clouds like they were characters in a book. The way he didn't look busy but was always deep inside something. That morning, he caught her staring. Want to see? He asked. She hesitated, then nodded. He turned his sketchbook around. It was her sitting at the bus stop yesterday. Hair wild, eyes distant, rain falling behind her like silver needles. I draw truth, he said, not perfection. She didn't know what to say. No one had ever captured her realness before. Not without filters. Not without posing. What's your name? She asked. Obi. They shared a moment. No music. No edits. Just two people breathing in the noise of the city and somehow finding peace in it. She looked at the drawing again and whispered, I forgot what it feels like to just be seen. Amara began to change, but not in big, loud ways. She still wore her braids, her favorite sneakers, her lip gloss, but her eyes stayed open longer. Her thoughts stretched wider. She started writing in a paper notebook she borrowed from Zizi. At the top of the first page, she wrote, Day 1 without my phone. I didn't die. I heard laughter without speakers. I heard silence and it wasn't scary. Every day, she added more. She wrote about Obi, about the street preacher who told jokes, about the mama who sold Puff Puff while dancing to old tunes, about the weight she didn't know her phone had placed on her chest. I used to scroll through other people's lives like mine didn't matter, but now I see it. I'm here too. She began to sleep better, eat slower, feel more. And in that quiet, she found her voice. Obi invited her to his world. Not a fancy restaurant or cinema, but to a corner street in Surulere, where street kids danced, painted walls, and turned trash into sculptures. It wasn't a gallery, but it felt like one. We call it the Gallery of Streetlight Faces, Obi said. Paintings of faces lined the alley. Angry faces, dreaming faces, forgotten faces. He showed her a painting of a girl with a cracked phone in her lappet, a glowing light in her chest. "That's you," he said. Amara couldn't speak. She'd always felt invisible behind her screen. But here, someone saw her broken pieces and called them art. 1 week later, Amara's roommate gave her a surprise. "I fixed your phone. Free repair from a friend." The screen lit up. Her apps came alive. Notifications exploded like fireworks. 134 messages. 26 DMs. 3 missed calls from Deji. For a moment, she felt her old self grab her chest. The pressure, the performance, the need to respond. She looked at Obi's sketchbook, her diary, her piece. "I'm not ready," she whispered and turned the phone back off. But the world kept knocking. Zizi laughed. "You can't run from life forever, babe. You have followers. You're a whole brand." Her lecturer reminded her of online submissions. Her old best friend texted, "Are we still beefing or what?" Even Obi noticed her pulling back. More silence, less smiles. One day, she broke. "Maybe I'm just pretending I'm happy without my phone. Maybe I need the noise." Obi shook his head. "Maybe you just need to learn how to live in both worlds, not escape balance." Amara powered on her phone. Saturday still. Took a deep breath. She opened Instagram. Not to impress, but to express. She posted a photo Obi's drawing of her. No makeup, no posing. Caption: "I disappeared for a bit, not because I was lost, but because I wanted to be found. Offline. By myself. This is the real me. Unfiltered. And it feels good." She turned off comments. Logged out. Let the truth speak for itself. A month later, Obi's street art group held an exhibition, The Faces of Silence. People came, people cried, people bought. And in the center of it all, framed behind glass, was the sketch of Amarea's wide, chest glowing. Obi smiled at her. "Your silence made space for your story." Amara hugged him, not out of romance, but out of truth. Real connection, no filter. Chapter 10. The Girl Who Found Her Voice. Amara didn't go viral. She went visible. She began a podcast called Disconnected Short Voice Notes about pressure, presence, and peace. She told her story not through likes, but through impact. People listened. She wasn't famous. She was free. And sometimes, when Lagos got too loud, she'd turn off her phone, grab her diary, and go to the Gallery of Streetlight Faces. There, she'd sit beside Obi and just breathe. Because in the end, she didn't lose connection. She just found a better one with life.